She's massive. She's beautiful. She's broken as all hell. Kurt's like, a towering height of almost 20 inches and a wingspan almost 27. Eternal Sailor Moon Wonder Statue from Sailor Moon Cosmos. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Brooke and I share all of my Sailor Moon experiences and collectibles right here on YouTube. So happy you're here because we're going to be talking about that gorgeous thing back there. There was a lot of issues with her. Yes, the infamous Eternal Sailor Moon Wonder statue has finally arrived to my home. Oh boy, was she the subject of a lot of controversy, and we are gonna get into all of that a little later on in this video. It took a long time to actually get her from being teased to actual pre-orders to being released at the end of May of 2025. I still cannot believe that she is in this room. There are a lot of unlicensed Sailor Moon figures out there, and it can get confusing. This gal back here is an officially licensed statue, meaning she was approved by the Sailor Moon intellectual property, and by buying her, you are supporting Sailor Moon. She is now my largest and most expensive Sailor Moon figure to date, bumping the Super Sailor Moon statue by Sume Art from the first spot down to the second. That one used to be my most expensive. The way this video is going to work, I'm just going to give you guys a little bit more information about the Wonder statue, just for like documentation of it, and maybe you had no clue about her and you want to learn a little bit more about how someone could have stumbling over my words, obtained this gigantic Eternal Sailor Moon. If you want a certain timestamp, I always include them down there in the comments. She was a little unique in the way that you could have pre-ordered her. They actually did like a pre-order period. Pre-orders in Japan started on November 26, 2024, and they kept them open all the way till January 30th, 2025. A lot of you guys are aware I run SailorMoonFanNetwork.com with my besties, and we monitored this release and pre-orders very closely and ended up linking to a lot of trustworthy sites where you could have directly pre-ordered her or used a proxy service, which is a middle person service, to order her in Japan and then ship to you when she comes out. I got mine from Hobby Genki. Hobby Genki is a fantastic shop to order Japanese collectibles. I've been using them for many years. They actually covered the shipping for my Wonder statue, which I am super thankful for since she was so expensive. She was controversial because of her price, because she is so expensive, and the prototype images. A lot of people were not exactly thrilled about her pose, the background items like the orbs and the crystals surrounding her. So the Sailor Moon community was pretty torn about this release in particular. But I have to admit to you guys, I fell in love. I was on the fence when we kept seeing prototype images of her, and then eventually they did put her on display at the Sailor Moon store, so we got to see in-person photos of her, and I was still like, ooh, I'm not sure if I'm gonna like her or not, but I reserve most of my judgment until I see them in person myself or I get them in person. She's actually really pretty in person. She's incredible. She's phenomenal. She is the largest figure that I own of a Sailor Moon character. Now, I do have the Sailor Moon Dolphies. They're large as well. As far as figures and anime accuracy, chef's kiss. But she was not always this gorgeous, you guys. She arrived so broken and messed up. So we're gonna transition into the unboxing when Kurt and I discovered everything that was broken on her for the first time. Enjoy. Kurt is here today.
Hi, everybody.
I'm trying not to scream into the mic. I always get really excited. Hashtag Kurt's Crew. Kurt, thanks for being here.
Of course. So are we getting into this?
This was delivered by UPS. They just left it in front of our garage by our trash cans. They shipped it June 3rd, but I got it June 4th. But I know like Japan
2 days
time
for
is
us.
Right.
So it was like a day and a half with the Japan time conversion.
Yes, super fast. This was a challenge getting it into the house like by myself and going up those stairs and not being able to see, because this box is absolutely gigantic and it's pretty heavy. I'm actually moving the rug a little bit. So kind of wanted to give you guys the view of this box. It has some damage. I usually don't like it when the companies ship figures and proplicas in the shipper box that they come with. Usually like from proplicas and stuff, they're thinner and flimsy, but with this one I'm not really too upset about because I've already seen some unboxings and there's like some thick styrofoam like on the wall, so it's like reinforced. Like this is a pretty big gash in the box, but as you see, it didn't puncture whatever is inside.
So there's also, this is the puncture we were talking about before. There's a little bit of one right here, tiny little indentation right there.
But we're hoping it's okay. This is going to be the complete unboxing, and we're doing it with you guys. We have not opened it up. In fact, it just sat there in my office for a week. Kurt, get us the knife so we can open this up before someone yells at me, get to the opening. Not a commenter like that. It's like, dang, I love to talk.
Let her talk.
He's so sweet. Kurt, do you want to do it? Do I want to do it? I don't know.
I'll do it.
Okay, thank you.
I'm the special guest.
He's the special guest, so he gets to do all the work. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I get to handle the sharp objects.
Okay, okay. Are you nervous?
No, not really.
No?
Seems the box, I mean, I carried it all the way downstairs, seemed pretty solid.
Oh my God. Don't do what this guy did.
Yeah.
He goes running when the treats come out. Good boys. Oh, it's Indiana. Going down. Here we go. Oh my gosh. And I'm so excited to show you guys the progress I did on this room. This room has been a challenge. It's a challenge for Kurt to get this big box through the door. Actually, it wasn't too bad. Thank you. Some people have reported their figures having some defects and some damage. I don't necessarily think that's due to shipping.
Styrofoam.
This is what I was talking about when I was saying I'm okay with it being shipped in the shipper box, as many of these are. So I think the figure is going to be okay, because look how thick this is. That is so thick.
And it looks like there's the same thickness all the way around, probably on the bottom as well. So box is most likely fine. I'm gonna put the styrofoam over here to the side.
Wow. And she's also wrapped in plastic. Fantastic. We're gonna take these styrofoam pieces out first. Now, I remember having the discussion with you about this when pre-orders came out. You know, we really kind of had to talk about this because it was kind of a big financial purchase.
Right, but we've known about this for well over a year.
I actually got a little note sheet with all my little details. It was actually teased in June of 2023.
Oh, wow.
Pre-orders began in 2024.
Okay.
I never can remember all of these dang dates, especially just all the Sailor Moon merchandise is coming out. Think this is gonna work?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay,
and then I will slide this
slide that box
over here out of the way.
Alrighty.
Should I go give this box to the boys?
Good boys. Just to keep it away from our audio, because our boys will tear up a cardboard box.
Well, let me get the styrofoam out, and then I'm going to give them the box.
Oh, yes. I don't think I'm ever going to need that box, so I'm good with recycling that after the cats destroy it.
This is such a big box. Even empty, it's still big.
Let me help you, baby. I'm coming. You've, like, blocked yourself.
I didn't anticipate needing to get this out of here already.
Oh, my God. We are not letting the cats play with the styrofoam.
No.
Absolutely not.
If you want to slide
our
that,
house would be utterly destroyed.
if you want to slide that over there for an hour. Right, yeah, there, that works.
Boys! Oh, they're gonna be so happy. We're just gonna let them play with it just for a couple of hours.
I love the off-screen audio.
They're gonna sound like they're galloping through the house and jumping on it.
Nunu, Indiana.
The little wee beasties. I have to tell you guys, it was so hard to let this sit for like, a week? And seeing so many people open theirs up to check for, defects, broken pieces, like that's definitely like a fear of mine. Little does she know, unpleasant things are coming soon. That poor girl. But I wanted to show you guys the organic, raw, authentic unboxing, just so you guys can get the feel and scale of this gigantic, gorgeous box. Oh my God, let me just take this in for a moment. This is better than the Sume art box, which we will show you a comparison. We brought out the Sume art box, which is the other officially licensed statue, but this one is from Japan. Oh my God. Yeah. This is nice, and I'm not seeing any damage.
Nope,
that thick styrofoam.
The dent was on this side about right here.
It was.
No, it looks great.
It looks great. Let's get all sides so people can see the boxes. We've got the Wonder Statue, Eternal Sailor Moon from Sailor Moon Cosmos movies. Nothing on the bottom, just stars and sparkles. It's like creaking.
Yeah, well, because there's also styrofoam in there, I think, right?
Yeah, I did watch Clarice's video on it. Remember we met her in Japan last year? Shout out to Clarice, Kuwapi, love her. I know it seems like we're just sitting here talking about the box for hours and hours, but I just love to show you guys all the details. And in comparison, here is the Sume art box, which a lot of you guys have watched that video on my channel. I have the unboxing of this on my channel now. If you guys want to watch it, I'll link it below. But this was my biggest Sailor Moon figure before this one. And we're going to compare the sizes of these actual figures too, but I kind of just wanted to show you guys the boxes as well. And then of course, us for scale. I'm not sure if you're in frame. You might be.
I think I'm in frame.
I'm not sure.
Bye, Ochi.
Bye. What do we think? Which one's bigger?
Oh,
definitely the Wonder Statue.
Yeah, definitely the Wonder Statue.
Definitely the Wonder Statue is bigger. So if you guys own the Sume art, kind of on the fence about grabbing the Wonder Statue, get an idea of like what you're going to be dealing with as far as like this massive box.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rug's moving.
No, I'm being dramatic. It didn't take me out. It will take me out if something is broken. So it does look like you open it from the top. There's a couple of flaps. We are opening up the flaps. Oh wow, they come out so easy. That's not bad at all.
Is there any on the sides? Nope.
Yeah, check for tape. I don't think there's any tape on the side. You just kind of pop it out. Whoa. This is cool. We've got this gigantic instruction sheet. Whoa, it actually feels like really nice paper. How confident do you feel about assembling this today?
Yeah, it's no problem.
I mean, you did really help me with the Sume art. Remember I had like a meltdown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn it this way so the sticky doesn't get on it.
He just understands, you know, being married to a collector. Everybody needs a Kurt-like partner in life. Look how careful he's being. Oh. Is it just a sheet?
It's just basically like poster board almost.
Kinda. Oh my god, we didn't even have to take it out of the plastic?
Nope. It's just one. I can put it back in if you want. That way it preserves it.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. But I wanted to let you guys know. Here, Kurt will hold it for scale here. This is not a fold out. It's just got the Wonder Statue on the front, and then Kurt will show you what it has on the back. This is the instruction sheet, and it's pretty clear, but it is all in Japanese, it looks like. But using your phone or device, you should be able to translate this with Google Translate through the camera app.
Yep.
All right, so they have these Velcro straps here, which we are going to use this to pull it out. Oh man, this figure has some weight to it for sure. It does feel pretty sturdy though with the straps.
Yeah.
We're going down. Going down. Let's go. Oh, that's cute. We did it together. Oh my gosh. I see her head, her body. Okay, so the first layer is all of Sailor Moon, basically, in the moon. I'm assuming these are the wings?
Yeah, those look like the wings.
Are you nervous yet, Kurt?
No, not at all.
Not at all?
No.
All right, which piece we want to grab out first?
Do we want to lift up the second piece so we can actually...
Oh my gosh, you're so right. Okay, let's do that. See, that is why I wanted you on this video. You're so smart. I'm smart too, but in other ways. When it comes to building stuff and deassembling,
let's get
you
the
are
Velcro
very,
straps out of
very
here real quick.
intelligent.
We can always put them back on.
Yes. This was the top layer, and this is what's on the bottom. We've just separated them because we want to get the base assembled first, so we'll have some place to put Sailor Moon on. So let's get into it. We're ready to go and start assembling. What does it say according to the instructions?
On.
He's like, stop. Project Manager Kurt.
You go 1, 2 through 6, and then 7.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
So 1 is the base. You want to unwrap that?
Oh my gosh. Oh.
And this is our first time seeing this in person.
And smelling it. Wow. Y'all know I smell my merch. I love how we're just smelling it together.
It does smell like paint.
I love you.
Love you.
But it does come with some areas that are wrapped up. It's got some of the exposed pieces down here. I don't like this black. What the heck? Why is that color? Why did they choose? Why did they make that gold?
That's going to be on the back of it anyways.
Well, I know, but you know, Sailor Moon needs to be pretty all around town.
I know because of the nature of this isn't something that can go on something that can spin because it plugs in for light.
Yes, no, I understand that, but still, it's a very odd choice. It could have been a white button.
It could have been. Maybe it's just a vendor thing. That base is heavy.
Oh my gosh! Hey, does it have anything on the bottom? Let's take a look at the bottom while it's still unassembled. Yeah. It looks like... Oh my God. Are they not secure in there?
I don't know. That piece is broken. We didn't even touch it and it's broken.
What happened?
It's supposed to be that.
So we literally just tilted it.
Right. Yeah, we just took it out of the box.
It was broken right here.
I hadn't even touched that. I've only touched the bottom of the base.
You were only holding the bottom of the base. This stuff should have been all like secure. I'm going to zoom in for you guys on this so you could see this part that's broken. Look, that is clearly broken, but that looks easily glueable. Is that a word? Glueable?
Yeah, just a little.
So we're gonna glue this real quick because it's gonna have to be complete. So we're gonna do that. Kurt just came back with some glue, but now I'm kind of wondering, like, are all of these other pieces secure?
Seems to be the only one that might. Everything else looks like it's a little bit more solid to the base.
That is so strange. So that had to have just been already broken.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything to hit it. Oh my God. Okay, well that's not cool for, you know, the $700, $800 this figure is. Yeah. No. But you know what? I'd rather that piece be broken than like a pigtail.
Right.
Kurt is going to do some brush on glue, which for this piece I'm okay with because it's not going to fall out. Right in. All right, we have that piece glued. We are moving on. Man, this looks like really shiny right here. Oh, that's the light. Oh, hey there.
I'm gonna grab piece 2.
Okay. Oh God, they're in there.
Yeah.
I want to say, like, probably be very careful getting these out. I mean, obviously we didn't cause that breakage, but you could cause a breakage of for yourself.
So you grab piece 5, so piece 3 is over
I think I got another piece broken. Look. Oh no.
Which piece is that? That was piece 5.
Why would that ball just be like that? This is crazy.
Oh. Wow.
Now, I have heard from some people who've already opened theirs that some of their balls were off.
Okay.
Balls were off. Oh my gosh. So I think that's common, but still, that's really kind of crappy for this price point of this figure. Like, did they use the wrong glue? Maybe it got hot during transit, but it does look fixable. I will say that, but I don't know if the glue that we have is going to work for this.
We might need some like Gorilla Glue or some sort of like gel-like glue, and I don't currently have any at this time. We're
going to wait to glue this ball. I think this is Pluto's. Actually, yeah, there's Neptune, so that one is Jupiter's on there, which we haven't unraveled that, by the way. We need to do that. Poor Pluto. Let me know down there in the comments if you guys got this figure, if you had any pieces that just fell off. Clearly, this one was already broken. Like, I think this broke in there, or maybe it broke when they were, you know what? It was really tight in there. I bet it broke when they were putting in the pieces into the styrofoam.
From looking through this, it looks like it's kind of like how it's a clear piece going into the orb, and it looks like that broke off inside the orb.
Oh. Thankfully, it does look fixable, but you're going to need some sort of special glue for that. I'll put an update later on what worked to glue that particular piece, since that piece it's not as stable as that one that we had issues with. And then, did you need this one next?
No, that was 5.
Oh my gosh, I'm opening them at the wrong
4
rate.
is this one. I want a magnet on it or something.
There are some parts that are attached to magnet. I believe that's the moon. These figures are never fun for me. I don't know why I keep buying them. I think they are beautiful and they end up being something I really love looking at, but the process of putting these together just drives me crazy. I always feel like I have to have Kurt with me. I don't know. I feel better if he breaks something. Then I could just be like, you broke my figure. But no, I'm just kidding. I would never get that mad at him for that. Is anybody out there, do they feel the same way? Do you feel a little intimidated by something this costly and this size and this breakable? That's how I feel with this. I can assemble plastic stuff all day on my own, but this kind of stuff, I mean, those spikes are kind of scary. They're saying, don't touch me, Brooke. Is that Saturn and Mars, Kurt, maybe?
Looks like Saturn and Mars.
Because I think the inner guardians are bigger, and then the outer guardians are smaller.
Okay, so all those crystals are in.
Is there like a piece of tape there?
It's like thicker, kind of like plastic, so I don't want to like try to rip it and damage anything, so I can be very delicate with some scissors to cut it.
This is actually a process. Anybody who is setting this up may need to set aside some time for this. I feel like after this video though, people are going to be like, this figure is not worth it. I hope we change our mind. Maybe it's going to be beautiful in person. And I mean, we still haven't got Sailor Moon out, so who knows if there's any damage there. I'm like stressing, I'm sweating. Someone get me a rag.
There we go.
They look really cool. I'm sad that, you know, Pluto's not attached. No Pluto's over here. I mean, she isn't a planet, so.
So next is Moon.
No, that's not Moon. That's Chibi Moon, baby.
Is it Chibi Moon?
Yeah,
okay.
Moon doesn't have one because Moon has her body.
Number 7 is the last orb, and that looks like it goes on
I'm wondering if that was the thing that was rattling in there. Did I mention that when we were getting the box out of the shipping box, there was something that was rattling and it really made me scared to open this up. I'm like, something is loose in there. Something is broken in there. But I think it was this. This one was the loose one. Are we to Sailor Moon yet?
Yes, we actually are for the body.
Okay, so
she's
Sailor
down
Moon
here.
is hanging out down there with my notes. My notes on just the size, when she was released, etc. Kurt is pulling her out right now. I've got a foot cramp. Yes!
Okay.
Get her in there.
Okay.
How sturdy does she feel in there?
Pretty sturdy. I should be able to.
And then her leg pops off. Oh my god, that would be awful.
She could probably come back out, but for now, we'll just leave her in there.
She looks amazing as is. Oh my gosh, doesn't she look like one of those?
She looks like our Sumo Art figure we had to
destroy. Oh no. That video got me so much hate and I had to do it.
Yeah, we had to do that.
We had to do that. And I was like, let's just film it. Bad idea.
Back ribbons on next, which are over in this box.
Back ribbons?
Back ribbons.
It's like I just took a back seat for this video. I'm just here filming. I'm the one documenting. I'm the one doing all of the production here. And Kurt is assembling.
So there is a spot to plug these in at. It even has a little smaller hole, maybe.
Be careful with those ribbons. I feel like that would be a breakable item.
Yeah.
I hate this. I hate every bit of this.
Okay, I'm not going to press any farther than that. That seems about right. Nothing is literally setting on anything else. There's just the smallest bit of clearance.
Next are the wings.
Yeah.
She is massive. This is going to be so cool when it's done. The Headless Usagi. A Halloween special. So what do we got next? The wings?
Next are the wings.
And they take pretty much the entire width of the styrofoam. And they are one piece. I do know that.
One, and they are heavy.
I would love to feel. Would you pass me the wings?
Got a bit of heft to them.
Oh, that... If I had a heart attack, I was like, well, what fell off and broke now?
No, just styrofoam.
You know what? I would love to help. Can I help? I feel like, where do you hold this to where the weight wouldn't, you know, like nothing would like break under the weight?
As close to the middle as you can.
Oh, well, here I am holding one of the wings. Holy crap. If I was a figure maker, I would make more figures like durable. I understand that they need like certain materials to make them look this good, but why are they so breakable? Polyresin. Why did they choose that material if it's just gonna break? I forgot to talk about the bottom here because we were so
worried about the spot piece.
Worried about the spot. I forgot to film the underneath it. I think I vaguely remember it had little felt pads. Did it?
You want to hold this for a second? Or here, I'll set this back down on the box. I'm not going to tilt it. I'm just going to lift it up.
Is this a good idea?
It'll be okay, so we can see.
There are felt pads down there. Yeah, that's all it says down there. Cool. I just wanted to double check. We tried to before. Oh my gosh, we already have 2 broken pieces for people who may have skipped through just because they want to see us get through this. We have had 2, I would say, major issues so far. We had a piece of the polyresin crystal that just fell off, and also Pluto's orb was detached when we pulled it out of the box. Okay, so yeah, that hole is...
It's under the collar. They kind of clearanced out a little bit of this so it doesn't come in contact with the collar.
I'm getting like Wing Gundam vibes from this.
Very much so. Like Endless Waltz, Wing Zero.
Yes.
Kind of wobbly.
Wait, that's how they are? Like there's no way to press it in?
I don't think so.
How confident are you that they are secure?
It just slides right back out.
Ooh, that is not good.
There's supposed to be a magnet because it looks like there's something right there. And it looks like if you look inside, it looks like there's something round. I'm just going to test something to see if there is a magnet on the end of this. There is a magnet at the end of the wings.
They seem a little bit more secure now.
It's kind of like pulling it in. I mean, you have to like pull on them for them to come out.
Maybe that's just how it is.
Because I mean, these crystals aren't held in by anything other than themselves. So that is now step 2 complete.
Good Lord. This is taking up so much of our time. I was like, oh, this is going to be so fun. We're going to set it up. I'm going to finally have the statue on display. I should have known better from that one.
Step 3, which is
Eternal Tiare.
Eternal Tiare.
Oh God.
Which goes in upside down.
Yes, she's kind of like
holding it behind her. Is that broken too?
Oh my God. Why is all this stuff broken? This is what, the third thing we've had broken?
Yeah.
This piece was detached from here and here. I don't think Kurt did anything. He just pulled it out.
I just literally pulled it out of there.
Oh, man. That's a bummer. So that's the third thing so far that's broken. A lot of these are fixable because, as you see, these were glued in already.
Yeah.
So it just needs to be re-glued in, I believe. Not like this thing was broken in half.
Under here.
Yes. Careful with those wings. I know they like to pop out.
There was a pinhole in the
back.
On the collar.
Oh, I see it. Like right where your thumb is?
Yeah.
So you secured it there.
And this is one I think I was talking about. Just ever so slightly doing that.
Oh! Holy crap, that was... I mean, beside it being hecka broken, it wasn't too bad.
You know, looks like the picture.
It does look like the picture. She's actually got contact with both of her hands. Yeah, that was not bad.
Yep,
okay.
and it's under her arm. There's a little concave in area for that, and the little pin had a hole, which luckily that pin wasn't broken.
Good Lord. 3 pieces though.
3.
But you know what? You know, I'm moving on. These are just little things in life. I feel like if I was devastated that we've had a couple of broken pieces, you just couldn't continue on with life.
Right.
Like, it's just a figure, it's just a material possession. At the end of the day, it's not that important. Yes, we did pay a lot of money for this. It shouldn't come broken, bottom line, but I'm not gonna let that consume me.
Right.
Or you, like, I'm good, I'm chill. You know, there was a time, especially when we opened up the Sume art figure. I think at that time when I filmed my first video of the Sume art, it literally destroyed my whole day. Like, it was just
that was
so awful. And I feel like I've gone through a lot of growth and I'm not gonna sweat it. I'm not gonna sweat it.
We can fix this.
Yes, we can fix this, and we just want to make sure we're sharing all of the issues, everything that's happened with this figure.
Yep.
We hope that you guys have way less issues. I hope the majority of these are okay.
Yeah.
That would be ideal. I hope that mine is just kind of a one-off one that has the broken pieces.
Let's hope.
What's step 4?
That is the moon and her head.
The moon is huge. I do know that.
That's in there good.
Do you feel like that's how some of the stuff ended up broken? Was
It's very possible.
them stuffing it into the styrofoam holder?
I used the paper to help get it out.
Okay.
Before I put that on, feel that. This thing is gonna weigh like 30 pounds by the end of this.
I feel like doing a moon tiara boomerang with this. What the hell is all this? What's all
Is
this?
it shipping dust?
No! Like, it's got these weird dots through it. That is strange. What is that? It looks like your little freckles.
So it'll go this way, open this way. I'm just making sure I got
And there was a magnet on each. I think we confirmed
making
that.
sure I was getting the... There you go.
Oh!
You hear that magnet click.
Oh, that clicked.
That was-
Okay.
There's gonna be a lot of weight on the back side of this thing. Good thing the base is wide and round.
I don't like this though.
Yeah.
You can see these weird dots on it, and this is definitely part of the visible moon. I mean, look, you can see that really big one, like right there. Not happy with that. I don't know how that passed quality control. That's super visible.
Because we haven't even seen it yet. How good the
Oh,
the head is
gosh.
painted. Let you be the final judge. But here you go.
Oh yeah, let this on the moon expert do the judging. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, this might just make up for
everything?
all of this. What the heck? Oh, it looks amazing. The only thing I don't like I feel like the eyes are perfect, the mouth is perfect, the nose is perfect, everything is painted very nicely, is how they attached her bangs. There's very visible seams.
Oh yeah.
And I know for a fact the Sume R1 has no seams on the bangs, and it looks fantastic and seamless. I'm not even gonna be mad at that. At least it's not broken.
You want to try to put it on?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me put on one thing on my channel.
Okay. Not sure if it takes a little bit of pressure. No, it just sets in there. Loose as all hell, isn't it?
I feel like it can't go anywhere. Yeah, because she does clearly have a spot that it has to go, because her choker emblems, it has a receded in spot for that.
I just think this is a...
She looks really good though, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, broken pieces
Yeah, you really can't
aside,
see the seam where the head goes on, but it's just setting there. There's not even a magnet or anything holding it in.
it just literally sets in there.
And then wibble wobble wibble.
And it wobbles, and we still have to put her pigtails in, and her odongos.
Yes, so
that,
this is the end of step 4.
and there's those seams that I was talking about. Like, it's clearly visible. I feel like there was a better way to execute her bangs being attached to the hair on her head. But I will say her eyes are beautiful. Like, when Kurt handed me the head, it sounds so weird, I was very happy with this. I was really happy with this. I'm so proud of myself. I'm really not like having a breakdown. I'm not distressed. Okay, I will say I'm a little anxious just in case, we discover something else broken, which Which one is this, her left or her right?
This is be right.
And that was the one that they want to put in first?
It just says 14 then 15, so I'm just going by the numbers.
That would be the best way to go about that.
Oh, does it go in front of the hair?
Oh.
Ow.
How?
Wait, hold on.
How?
Oh, like this.
You had a resolution to that very quickly. Now, how are the pigtails in?
Those are loose as the head.
You know what? I think that secures the head in. Now she's not wobbly. Yeah. When you put her right pigtail in, her head has no more wobble. So I believe that was intentional.
I think this is the last piece.
Oh my God. I want to eat. I'm hungry.
Oh yeah. It's getting late.
I know. How does her pigtail look?
Is it okay? Oh, it's got a
scuff on it, and it is, I
think that may have been the paint rubbed off. And again, all I did was pull this out of the styrofoam with the paper still on it.
Oh boy. All right, put her on her. Oh my God.
I think this goes behind her arm.
It's almost like you really got to kind of be mindful of where everything is like falling and laying. Oh, did it make her head wobble again?
A little bit. Once it's standing still, it's fine.
Never touch it again. Never bump a cabinet. It's just right there. Oh my God. Can you imagine putting this back in there? There's no way you can put this back in there to move, or maybe you want to sell it to somebody. Like, something else is going to get broken. Like, these are way too fragile for the cost. Yes, it's ridiculous.
Yes, indeed.
But she's so pretty though. I mean, does that make up for it? I don't know. Oh yeah. Kurt went to go get, what'd you get?
We got her backup battery.
Backup battery. She's going to eventually go over there, but we are not prepared. And I want to get her all fixed up and glued with all of her broken pieces. It's ridiculous. I do not believe like these should be this fragile at this cost. I mean, if you were to repack her up and put her back in there, I feel like you would break something. There's just no way to transport her safely again. Like, for the cost of these figures, it breaks my heart that most of these are going to end up broken on anybody who's going to like repack them up,
or even
for a move or a sell or whatever. And then, you know, the person who gets it is going to be like, hey, this arrived broken. And then the seller's going to have to cough up even more money to make the seller happy, because, you know, you don't want a broken figure.
Or even like us, the first receivers of this product.
Yeah, I mean, we clearly have broken pieces. I'm still going to love and cherish her, but this is definitely unacceptable for the price of this figure.
This is the last thing out of the box. This is your USB power cord.
Yeah, so here's the type of cable it is, and this plugs back here, and we've got this ugly, ugly black button. So Kurt's going to plug this into a battery for now.
Okay.
It's a very long cord.
Yeah, it is. So got options for outlets, hopefully. So we're going to plug it in.
Plug it in, plug it in. Yeah.
Oh,
it just goes on. Oh,
lights
because
came on.
I probably already had it on. Because, yeah, the button on and off.
Yeah.
Thank God that works. Yep. So there's the illuminated base. There's the light right there. That's where it is shining.
And there was an LED strip throughout the base also.
Yeah, I did notice that. Yes, you were correct.
So it come through the crystals.
Okay, maybe her looking like this is gonna be okay with her broken pieces. Still, I'm so mad about that. But nothing we can't fix.
Right.
Nothing we can't fix. Yeah, the lighted base is cool. It's the first Sailor Moon figure that has a lighted base. Yeah. This is a very messy process, and depending on your, I guess, level of like being able to handle something like this is so expensive. Maybe somebody would be more upset about it than me, but I've gone through this so much now.
And I do feel like it's going to go really good right here.
You think it's going to look really good right there?
It's going to look really good right there.
I hope so. If it doesn't fall apart while we're picking it up and putting it over there after we glue it.
I can disassemble to move it and put it back together in place. You can just kind of picture it back there.
Yeah.
It's going to look good.
We're done. We did it.
We are done.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome, baby.
Let me know what you guys thought of the assembly part of this video. I bet you guys were on the edge of your seat like...
Yeah.
Oh God, because that's how I felt. I don't know if people are going to watch all of that, because that was a little stressful. I really thought it was going to go a lot smoother. So I apologize to anybody who was expecting like, oh, this is going to be a fun, chill video. What do you honestly think of it? Like, take into consideration the broken pieces. Oh my gosh, what did I pay for? I got my notes somewhere around here. Right. So I paid $720.80 for this. Now I paid that months ago. In comparison, that Sume art statue over there was $640.36 with shipping, released in 2021.
Going to be a little bit of inflation cost here.
Right.
All that stuff.
And I will shout out Hobby Genki. They did cover the shipping.
Yes.
So that was the total cost. Some people paid a lot more because shipping was tacked onto that. People paid anywhere from $300 to $500 shipping for this. Additional, which would put her well over $1,000.
Yeah. That's $1,000 to $1,200. Yeah.
I feel like once you get to that mark, you shouldn't have any broken pieces. So,
no, absolutely not.
With that in mind, knowing how much this cost, with how much broken pieces, little paint scuffs we had. What do you think?
Part of me wants to take that out of consideration because I know it's fixable. It is a very impressive figure in person, to say the least.
And a lot of people also want to be happy with this. They did pay this money.
Well,
so
yes.
if it's fixable,
Right.
they're going to do it.
Right.
That's a good point to make too. Like, it is fixable, but again, it shouldn't happen.
Your paint defects, not so much. As far as I can tell, you had one.
Oh, in the moon.
The freckles on the moon.
I don't know if that's paint, but something clearly happened during the process of that.
That and some of the wobbly bits, it could stand to be better, for lack of a better term. I'm sorry for the pause there for just a basic word.
It
but
should be better.
there's no other way to say it. You can't sugarcoat it. The construction should be better because, I mean, I'm going to show you guys. I mean, the head's a little wobbly.
Stop it.
The wings are a little wobbly. I'm not going to wobble them.
I didn't realize it was that wobbly because from this angle, I'm just seeing her pigtail go like this.
That's her whole head is wobbly.
This figure can literally never be moved or transported ever again.
No,
like,
so
it's gonna die here in this room.
When we move it to where its final place is going to be, I will carefully disassemble it and put it back together.
Obviously, keep it right here until we re-glue the pieces.
Right.
This is where it's gonna be glued, and then we're gonna let it sit probably a little bit, let that glue sit.
Yeah, as wobbly as some of the pieces are, like, it might be worth taking the pigtails back off, taking the head off.
If you had to move it like from a different
the moon
area,
and the wings. We would take the pigtails off the head, the wings, and the moon to move it. The tiara is in a good spot.
And
These should be
really
fine.
make note of what he's saying because he's very technical with this. And if you ever had this in your collection and you decided, oh, I want to reorganize my collection, I'm going to move her in particular, like, I would really like maybe make a note of this video and refer back to it on what you think needs to be removed to be able to move this figure.
And I'll give
to
a
different
reason
spot.
too.
Oh.
And the reason why is any of this stuff wants to wobble loose, it'll be one independent piece that falls. This piece comes loose with the moon on it, that moon is coming down.
That's
so
basically going to break.
That's a catastrophe right there.
That is a catastrophe.
So you don't want a catastrophe.
So let's recap. Which things do you want to remove if you're going to move her over there?
Probably the sequence of pigtails, head, moon,
the big moon in the back,
and then the wings.
And those are the 4 things that you would remove. Everything else you feel like could stay?
I think it could stay because with the proper leverage, like, here, I'm going to stand up and I could probably pick her up.
Please don't.
Okay, you never mind.
Please don't.
I won't.
I love how you were like, you got to remove these 4 parts. Let's pick it up and see if we can. Like, I'm like, wait, what if that just like goes going backwards?
That was a
on
little
your
bit
recommendation.
of a hypocritical statement. I'm sorry.
Everybody on YouTube, we're taking back the hashtag Kurt's Crew. High five! We did it! Thank you guys so much for watching this part of the video. On to the post-production. We had to order some glue, so we waited on it to arrive. I'll have the same glue we used in the description below if yours arrives with broken pieces like ours did. The brush applicator was amazing. We just touched the glue on each side and then held it for a few seconds to bond. The broken part of the Eternal Tiara was a little bit more difficult to glue. I had to help Kurt hold it as he held it together, so I didn't film that part, but it worked perfectly. We had to remove her Eternal Tiara, so to do that, we removed her head, and now we're putting her head back on, and wow. Good job, Kurt! She's fixed! Yeah, she was pretty busted up, but I'm so happy we were able to fix her. Although I still agree, like, bottom line, they should not come broken or that fragile for the price point. I still stand behind that. I just choose not to let it consume me anymore and take over my life and get so upset about a material possession when in reality, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. If something is broken in your collection, gotta let that stuff go. If she was broken in any major spots, maybe I would have a different opinion. But everything that was broken on her was fixable, and we fixed it like she's brand new. She looks great. Even though mine had some broken pieces and a couple of paint defects, I mean, you guys saw that I had the little dots on the moon and a scuffed up Odongo. Out of all of the issues that we've had, broken pieces and the paint issues, the biggest one that like bothers me the most are the freckles on the moon because it is visible. I kind of forget about the scuffed Odongo shield, so I'm gonna let that one slide. But a point that I want to make on why these issues are a little troubling is because these were only released in Japan. Fans outside of Japan had to use some sort of middle person to order them, and that makes it very difficult if something major is wrong with the figure for you to contact Bandai to replace any major issues, because it's not the middle person's fault that it arrives like this. There's no way in my mind that any of this that happened to mine is from shipping. These are packed so securely, as you guys saw. I mean, they are in tons of styrofoam. They're reinforced with styrofoam, and they each have their own little molded compartment inside that styrofoam. So none of these were due to the transit of it coming from Japan. This, in my mind, was already broken either by putting them into the styrofoam and then the paint defects. Nobody noticed them going through quality control and they got missed. It's not the middle person's fault. Don't yell at your proxy service if that comes damaged. What I want to say with that is it's very hard for the end consumer when they get this figure to contact the manufacturer for a replacement or to see what they could do to help fix a major issue. Say you ordered it, and let's say the worst possible thing happened, like Sailor Moon's body herself was broken in half or something like that, like a major piece. And we'll use Hobby Genki as the example. You pre-ordered her from Hobby Genki just like I did, and you reach out to Hobby Genki and you're like, hey, mine arrived broken. What can we do? Hobby Genki gets back to you and they're like, okay, we will contact Bandai for you and see what we can come to, like some sort of resolution. They contact Bandai. Bandai contacts them and say, hey, yeah, we can offer you a replacement. Maybe that's what they'll say. Maybe they're that great about it. Hobby Genki will be like, okay, let my customer know. And then they're gonna tell you, they're gonna offer you a replacement, but you're gonna have to pay that expensive shipping again. You as the consumer are going to be out additional money for your replacement. And that's where it's troubling. That's where the problem lies with these defects or broken pieces if you're not happy with the one you got and something major was wrong with it, or maybe even a major paint issue. That's like my main concern with everybody who ordered it, because some people have not got theirs yet. Big Bad Toy Store, I think, is the last pre-order place. Customers who bought from Big Bad Toy Store aren't expecting theirs until July, so we don't know if those are gonna have any issues, but I'm pretty sure even if they're able to contact Bandai for you and get a replacement, you're gonna have to pay shipping for the replacement again. And at this price point of this figure being around $1,000, I just can't handle that. I can't handle that at all. So I just wanted to just talk about that a little bit. Keep me updated down there below if any of you guys went through something like that where you had this major issue and you were like, I have to contact the person I bought it from to see if Bandai can offer me a replacement. I need to know how much they charge you in shipping, just so we can update the community, keep everybody informed. You can always go down in the comments of any of my videos and read what other people in our Sailor Moon community, our Sailor Moon collecting community has to say about these products, because my experience is not always everybody else's experience. We all experience different things, but I love that we're able to talk about this too. I always want to try to be transparent with you guys about some of the issues, especially when it comes to Sailor Moon collectibles. We collectively have had a lot of issues with our Sailor Moon products. Defective and broken pieces aside, there are a few things that aren't a part of those categories that I feel like weren't executed in the best possible way. Oh, the bangs. The bangs have this seam and it just doesn't look that great. I feel like that is something that they could have definitely handled better. And especially when I have the Sume art figure, which I know that they are pieced together differently and they're different parts of a whole. There's no seams on the Sume art one. So I feel like they could have totally done something differently to make the seams less noticeable. They're kind of ugly. And then the other thing is the black button for the light up feature and the black cable. I feel like they could have done white for the button and the cable. I don't know if that's just being super nitpicky, but black just doesn't really go with this figure at all. And yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Does the black button and cord bother you, or is it just me? But that base is our first ever light up base for a Sailor Moon figure, and I think that's incredible. I was very happy to see that they went that direction to give us a light up base. It's not really that bright. I don't think you get the full effect when you're watching it on someone's video, but in person, it's pretty cool.
She also has some ultra glossy shiny bits, which I think are amazing. It's on her bodysuit, boots, and gloves. Compared to the Sume art figure, she doesn't have a lot of shading like that one did. I only noticed shading on the Wonder statue on her skin, like by her collarbone and where her knee bends. There isn't any shading on her wings, her sailor uniform, or her hair, just her skin that I noticed. Overall, I feel like she's a solid 8.5 out of 10. So depending on where you got her from, she was around $700 to $800 as the base price before shipping. She's huge. Don't forget that. She's got a ginormous wingspan and she's got that lighted base going on for her too. So let's compare her to a couple of other figures from the Sailor Moon franchise.
A lot of us, including me, had sticker shock when we discovered how much the Wonder statue would be. To help explain why her cost is as high as it is, I wanted to compare some other licensed Sailor Moon figures. We're using these two. Now keep in mind, the cost I have on the screen is approximate and what it cost at the time of release, not what they're worth now. As much as I hate saying that $700 number, it makes sense to me when you put them against these other two figures.
I understand she was out of reach for so many fans, not only because of her price, but also her size. People had to think about where they would put her. With that being said, I would love to know, even if you didn't get her, what did you think of her from seeing her in my video? Or maybe you do own her and you have some thoughts of your own from seeing her in person. All thoughts, opinions are welcome down there in the comments as long as you say it in a kind and respectful way. I work really hard on my videos and it really bums me out if I get a very hateful, negative comment bashing whatever I'm talking about after putting in so much work on these videos. There is always a nice way to say something. What? Not something. That's not what I'm trying to say. There's always a nice way to state your opinion without putting other people down or making it seem like you're just trashing all over the video. So please be kind and respectful. Kindness starts with you guys out there. There's a lot of crazy things happening in the world. Be the change in this world. It starts with you. I know that was cheesy, but like I honestly mean that. We need more kindness in this world. But I think that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I worked really hard on it. It's taken me weeks to do this. So I hope you guys give it a like, comment below, subscribe if you are brand new here. Watch another video on my channel. There may be a video you have missed and more videos are coming in 2025. I've got some exciting things to share. Thank you guys again and have a good rest of your day, night, or whatever time it is there. Bye.